Religion for 500, please.
The answer is denomination founded by a group of Oxford University students led by John Wesley. Ty.
What is Methodism?
Methodism is good for 500, and you're on the plus side. Select.
Common bonds for 300, please.
Adolescent radioactive black belt hamsters, DN agents, the Fantastic Four. What are comic book characters or groups? Ty, go again.
Common bonds for 400, please.
Answer. Killing, Onion, WC. Carl.
What are fields?
That's right.
Hey everyone, this is Don Chin streaming to you live from a stormy Northern California. And we are having a special show tonight. We are having a birthday guest. My good friend Bill Mouse is in the green room. And believe it or not, I have lights and a working computer, but I actually am out of power at my house. We've had a horrible windstorm up in my neck of the woods. And I smell like gasoline because I was out getting our generator ready and I poured gasoline, kind of sloshed it all over the place. So you have to forgive me. I'm a little ripe tonight. I haven't had a chance to take a proper shower because we don't have hot water. But anyways, this is it's okay. Things will be all right. We are making do, and my wife says restart my stream. I'm not sure why. Let me see. Hang on just a minute, guys. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Well, why do you need me to do that? I don't understand why you're saying that. I thought there was a problem. What? Oh, the power's on. Amazing. Oh. Well, actually, guys, the power just came on during our stream. So that means that we have a generator going on downstairs. So that's why she said, can I restart my stream? I don't think I need to restart it. I just need to go and turn the generator off and then come back and stuff. But I won't leave you hanging like I just did because that was rude and improper of me. But maybe what I can do is kind of introduce my guest, Bill, and he could hold down the fort for just a little bit. I'll have our proper introduction, of course, and then I'll go down and turn off my generator because it's running and it doesn't need to. So thank you, God. We have power and everything seems to be running fine right now. I may have to plug in some lights because they're all plugged in the generator right now. So tonight we are going to say happy birthday to my friend Bill. I can't remember what age he is. I think he's over 50. Bill, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. We can hear you. Bill is drawing furiously in his studio back east. Is that your pet seal?
It's all I've got next to me on my desk because I've got the camera at my desk instead of my face.
All right.
So that is my avatar for the evening.
Nice. What does it have a name?
It does not. It is. We'll have
to ask people in the chat to give suggestions for your avatar.
It needs a name.
So Bill, I just kind of posted our little impromptu stream on social media, and I was able to find that beautiful scan that you sent me. So I put that in the Twitter feed, and now you're showing our readers this beautiful piece of artwork that you drew. It's 11 by 17. It's of course of Billy Tucci's beloved samurai warrior Shi from 1990s, right? Is when he came up with that. So Bill, you're going to sell this tonight, right?
Yeah, if somebody would like to buy it, I'm willing to part with it tonight. If that's something that somebody would like to have, that would be cool.
All right. So we've got we're basically going to break this up. We're probably just going to stream for about 45 minutes to an hour. It might go a little bit longer now that I have power. And I was afraid that my generator would run out of gas and all the lights would go off, which would not be very professional. But I can hear the heat system on, and we've got some lights on in the living room. So we'll have to clean up all the extension cords that are running through the house later tonight.
We're trying to do a live cast, so he's cutting you a break, dude.
Yes, thank you, God. So, Bill, show us. By the way, happy birthday, my friend.
Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I'm here with my walker and my 20 bottles of Geritol because I'm so old.
I know we need like Metamucil and I need some Grecian formula, man. I'm getting really gray. Dude.
I solved that problem myself because I shaved my head. So it's nobody will ever know when it goes gray. It's gone.
That's why you've had the bald clean look for a while, and it works well. So Bill, let us know. You told me in the earlier when we were meeting in the green room, you have some other beautiful pieces as well. So why don't you we're just kind of going to give the crowd a little teaser of what we're going to be auctioning off tonight. So the she piece is $80 to start, and I'll let people know when we start the bidding on that. Okay. Probably be like every 15 minutes we're gonna or less we might have an auction. So Bill's got this beautiful highlight of the evening, which is the she inked piece that you can see here. And then actually I think I have a scan, so let me see if I can show that so people can maybe see a little bit more. I mean, you have a pretty good
like a little bit close to the board.
Yeah. So if you guys want to look at the shared screen, you've got Bill's actual in-studio view of this piece, and then the full body piece kind of shows more of the swords and stuff. So Bill drew this last year because we were trying to woo Billy Tucci and his wife to possibly work with us, and I think they're going to work with us. So I don't think I want to let the cat out of the bag yet, but it's going to be our next project, and I'm excited about it. So
no, I'm super excited too.
So Bill, you are. Let me stop sharing that. So let me go back to you, and why don't you tell us the other things that you have on possible sale tonight?
Okay, my microphone. I don't know if my voice sounds like it's skipping a little bit, but I think my headphones are not skipping. Okay, the cool thing that we got going on right now is we just started a Kickstarter yesterday for Nira X Reborn, published by Kid Comics.
I can pull that up.
Okay, yeah, that'd be awesome. We just started it yesterday. The deal with this Kickstarter, I think it makes it pretty fun, is the fact that it's actually for promoting Nira X #2. It's a 3-issue miniseries. Everybody and every tier, every physical tier, will also get issue 1 as a gift. So they have issue 1 and 2. And if they meet their stretch goal at the end of the campaign, issue 3 will actually be included as a bonus. So I don't know exactly what the stretch goal is for the issue 3 level. I think it's 20 or 25,000. Okay. But if we reach that level, then basically everybody gets like everybody who just ordered just the number 2, they'll get number 1 for free, and then they'll get the number 3, and actually just have a complete set, so they don't have to wait for the issue later or at a later date or whatever. It'll be the 3-issue set all together. And then of course he's got some other fun things on there too. We got a cool mouse pad. We got a cool variant with some other artists that are really cool, like Bill McKay and Maud Park. Some really fun stuff. So that's what we got going on right now.
I'm scrolling on the. You probably can't see. Can you see me on the screen scrolling or?
Yeah, I've got a separate screen so I could see you scrolling down. Yep.
Okay. You got a little bit of a mic pop, so I don't know if there's anything you can do to adjust your audio, but it sounds a little bit garbled, but just I think we'll be fine. Maybe we can just kind of talk a little slower and
well, I'll try a couple little things. I'll turn because these big headphones are kind of cheap, so let me see if I can turn these off, see what it sounds like, and if it doesn't sound good, I'll switch back and forth. Every live stream that I've done so far, everybody uses completely different software or completely different methodology to. So I'm learning all this stuff. So I'm upgrading my equipment as we speak.
That's okay, man. I appreciate you taking the time to come out. I know it's 11 o'clock over on your neck of the woods. Well, you got a lot of artwork in this campaign.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's a lot more than I thought Tom was going to. Tom is our fearless publisher over at Committed, but he's put together a very nice campaign. And yeah, you see the pop figure, the custom pop figure.
That is really cool. So someone actually designed that, and it's like a one of a kind.
Yeah, the one of a kind piece is designed by this other artist, and unfortunately, I don't know the artist name right off the top of my head because I haven't had a chance to talk to him or invent this yet. That's Tom arranged all that and did a very good job putting that all together for us.
So all told, is there like six variants or more?
I think there's technically 7 variants. Mog Park had a variant that's only available for 48 hours.
Okay.
And then she has a different version of her cover artwork that'll be available for the rest of the campaign. She did have one version of it that was only available for the 48 hours as a special. And yeah, I think it's 7 off the top of my head. We just started yesterday. My brain's been swimming because I'm still inking and I'm still finishing our previous campaign, which was it's been running a little bit. We got sick for 2 months with a really bad flu, not COVID related or anything like that, but we all got really sick here at the house. And we lost a good 2 months. So
I hope you're on the mend. But boy, all this artwork, these guys, I've been away for a while, but you got some definite talent. Bill McKay, I think I'm looking at right now. He's very talented. And Kevin McCoy, I'm not familiar with him, but can you hear me, Bill?
Yep, I can hear you. Can you hear me still?
Yeah. That actually might be.
I'm going to put in some other headphones to see if that works a little bit better.
Okay. Thanks, Betty. Thank you, folks, for bearing with our technical difficulties. There's the close-up of the Nira X pop. I have a few pops that my grandkids got me turned on to, so I really like. Oh, it's a cover. That's so cool. Yeah, guys.
Yeah,
so
it's a pop cover, but the pop toy is also like an actual 3D toy, so it's actual piece of artwork.
And you've got Nira X in the
and those sketch. Mm-hmm. Now those are original artwork sketches. I believe that it's what it is each of those cards is available at a separate tier. There's only those 3, wow. And they're larger than normal cards. Yeah, she did original artwork for that particular tier.
Wow, you got a lot of artists on this campaign.
Yeah. I think it's really cool that they came out.
Mouse pads, stretch goals. So, wow, that's great.
I've always wanted to have one of those crazy anime style mouse pads.
Let me go back to that. Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah. Well, you're doing. You seem like you're getting backers at a good clip here. So, folks, check it out on Kickstarter.
Yeah, people have been coming out and. Mm-hmm.
So people can go ahead and back this on Kickstarter, please. And let me go back to our stream, Bill. Hyper Potato says, "Happy birthday, Bill."
Thanks, brother.
Happy birthday. Thank you, Hyper Potato, for joining our stream tonight. I like your dog. got a little.
Thanks for the birthday wish. I'm not. I mean, hyper potato could be a man or a woman. So I'll say thank you to have the hyper potato because I'm not sure. I dig the dog though. I like the dog. Our studio dog is taking a nap, so he's not doing much in the way of guarding us right now.
What kind of dog do you have these days?
Oh, Catherine just got a mini long-haired Dachshund, and he is super awesome. His name, his full name, because he's a fancy dog. He's a upper class. He's like a little German sports car. This little dude. His name is Waffle Alexander Mouse.
Did you say waffle? Like waffles?
Yeah, waffle.
I like that. Awesome.
But fancy though, because it's Waffle Alexander.
Yes, the Alexander definitely gives it that distinguished air. So you'll have to show us Waffle one of these days when he's more up and about. My dogs sleep like, it almost seems like they sleep like 18 hours a day. So is Waffle a puppy or?
Yeah, he's still a pup. He's only just a little over 6 months old right now.
Awesome. So, Bill, do you want to show us the other sketch cards that we might be offering for sale tonight?
Yeah, sure. We got a couple little specials just because we're out here having fun tonight. I've got some cards that are from they're APs from the DC Bombshell set.
Nice.
So these are actually officially from that set.
I'm going to see if I can make you big.
Let me see if I can.
Nope, that makes me bigger. I want you to be big.
See if
See, I'm learning this software too.
I'll show.
Hang on, I want to make yours.
Yeah, we're all getting it down.
I know. Let's see. At least that's a little bit. How do I make you? I think. Okay, here we go.
There you go. Oh, you got it. All right, so we got a couple of these cards, and like the DC Bombshell series, they have like different versions of the DC characters, like Penguin and Batgirl, Poison Ivy.
Oh, cool.
And I believe this is like Huntress.
Okay.
And another Poison Ivy because she's in exploration mode. So I've got these APs, and we can start a little auction, like $10 a card. If they want a little bit for shipping, that's awesome. But that way, it's just something fun, a little impulse thing, a little something nice for people to have.
Okay.
Or if they want something that's related to what we're doing right now, we got this is actually a sample of one of the cards that we're actually doing as part of the X-Farce campaign, which is Tangerine.
Tangerine.
But these are the way and the cards that are coming with that campaign, of course, are going to be pen and ink, just like this one. So this is an original card. They come in a hard case.
Probably my favorite character. So, folks, I guess what we'll do is, if you're interested in any of these pieces, just say so in the chat, and at the end of the night, whoever's the highest bidder on the items that they want, we will give you Bill's email and PayPal info, and then you can just contact him directly to pay him what you agreed. The shipping for the she is going to be $10, and we're going to start the auctioning at $80. And then for the trading cards, if there's any particular one that you wanted, just say so in the chat, and they'll start at $10 plus $5 shipping and handling. And if you get multiple cards, then you don't have to pay. It's only $5 per order, right, Bill?
Yeah, just $5 per order. If they have to get more than one card, just $5 to ship both of them because the package is very small for those.
Okay, I think that would be the easiest thing, because rather than just do a countdown type auction, I think I'll plan to go at least until 9 o'clock Pacific time, which is midnight your time. So, folks, if you're interested in any of these beautiful pieces by Bill, just put it in the chat that you want to buy it. And, right now, if you just say, Tangerine card, $10, if you're the only one that's bid on it at the end of the show, then you will be able to get that for $10. And so, as I said earlier, the She beautiful inked piece, that one's going to start at $80, which is a steal for something with this type of detail. And it's suitable for framing, and I'm sure Bill will do a awesome job making sure it doesn't get bent or anything. Hyper Potato asked Bill if you're on Twitter or Instagram.
I am on Twitter, but I'm not very active on Twitter. I will post things on Twitter every now and then. You can find me on Twitter at Bill Moss Art, just one word, just like my website, billmossart at studio.com, or billmossart.studio.com. billmossart.studio. There's no .com at the end of it. That's my website. But I'm also I'm also on Instagram. Yeah, you can find me on Instagram. I'm pretty active on Instagram and Facebook. On Facebook, you can find me at facebook.billmoss, and Instagram, it's billmossart.
Okay. And then if they want to get your back issues or have a commission done of something of their choosing, they would contact you through the studio webpage, or?
Yeah, through the studio webpage is fine. There's a contact link there, or they can email me directly at billmossart@gmail.com.
Awesome. Thanks, Bill. So
yeah, thank you, dude.
We're talking about X-Farce, and we've got a week left of our initial 30 days campaign. We're fully funded on this book, but we would love to get a little bit more backing on this. So we're running some specials tonight. So if you don't mind, Bill, I was going to kind of show people our campaign page, and I put together some birthday.
Oh, please do. Yeah, you kidding?
Okay, hang on. I'll be right. Let me show you I'm going to share the screen. Thank you, folks, for your patience. Okay. Actually, before I get into the specials, we do have some X-Farce swag that's in the works, and this is a t-shirt design that Bill did of the cover. And so we're working on getting some t-shirts in, and we're going to have basically a online store where if you wanted to buy either Bill's design on a t-shirt or tank top or a hoodie, they'll basically print them to order, and their prices are all pretty reasonable. I don't want to say what the site is yet because we want to get some samples in for quality control before we kind of go whole hog. But this is just kind of a preview. They've got mugs, phone cases, tote bags, etc. So our initial launch will be with Bill's awesome X-Farce Reloaded cover design. Over here on the right, you can kind of see our campaign. And today, because it's Bill's birthday, we're going to knock off $6 off his cover version, which is normally $25. So for a limited time, because you're watching our birthday stream, you can get the X-Farce #1 mouse cover, the main cover, for 36% off. So that's scheduled to ship probably late March, early April of this year. So you don't have to wait too long. And it will be signed free of charge if you like. And then if we scroll down a little bit more, there's all the other different variants that you can get. And then if you want to buy Bill's a sketch card of your own, you can do that for just $55, and that includes a copy of Bill's X-Farce book as well. So I thought I wouldn't let people choose who they wanted, but I'm kind of thinking, if it's somebody that Bill feels comfortable with, you can let us know, what character you'd like him to draw, and if he's okay with that, I think that we'll go ahead. We actually sold one of those today, Bill. So
awesome. Very cool.
Yeah. So right now, that little sample there is Swarm from the X-Cons. And let's see, a little bit further down, because Bill is here tonight, I put his cover art on sale, which is normally $600, and now just for tonight because it's his birthday. It's a very, very attractive $500. I actually have that in the studio. I'm going to show people it. So let me go back out here. Thank you, Bill. He's flashing his stuff there. So yeah, up here on the wall, Bill drew this beautiful cover, and we have it here in the studio, and it's in beautiful pencil. If you don't remember what X-Farce looked like, it was a 1992 book by Eclipse Comics. So this is the original X-Farce. This is the very first book that Bill and I ever worked on, and it was for a company called Eclipse. So X-Farce Reloaded is basically remastering X-Farce, a really fun X-Cons story, and additional material. So it's 48 pages, full color. So back in the 90s, this was Bill's first gig. This copy I have, Bill, is actually signed by you. I will never part with it. And
you honor me, good sir.
So what we did was we asked Bill to do a homage. So let me hold one in front of the other. Yeah.
Isn't that how, like, when they purify milk so that when it's homogenized?
Yeah. Yes, this is extra creamy. This one right here, this is super creamy, man. Actually, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind if this doesn't sell, because this is something that I look at in my office, and it makes me smile because it's just good times. You must have burned the midnight oil on this. I don't think your deadline was very. I'm sorry, on this comic book, the midnight. How much of a deadline did you get on?
Oh
this
no,
book?
that when. Oh my! For the original X-Farce, that was a crazy deadline. We're talking about, like, we probably had a week, maybe a week and a half, something like that. Because I mean, I owe my career in comics to you and to Bob Hannon. So Bob, when he got the job as the artist of the book, when they told him the deadline of the book, he immediately got back with me and said, "There's no way I could get this done in time. It's like, I need somebody else to pencil this book." So that was me. So we ended up, like, basically doing a marathon run at his place in San Diego. It was back when we were living in San Diego. And I was penciling pages and just throwing them across the room at the other table where he was at, inking pages. And it was crazy. It was nuts. And this is back before we could scan and email and do all this other stuff. So it's like, we're faxing things. We're getting approvals. We're doing all this stuff. So it was that was, for a first gig, they really put me through the fire on that one.
Mm.
They made sure that I really loved doing this before they let me in.
Yeah, I think that that was definitely a thing of wonderful fate for us to work together. And then not long after that, Eclipse kind of had some financial woes, and so Eclipse basically, I think they had to close up shop. And that's when Bill and I said, we can publish these books on our own. And so we came up with the Unfunny X-Cons, which, let me go back to the shared stream. So this was the book that came up after X-Farce, the very first parody press book that we ever did. And then it just kind of paved the way for, things. Actually, someone just talked about this on our stream, the stream I was on earlier. Dillard, he's in the chat. He says, "Hello, Don," and his wife says hello, and she said, "Happy birthday to you, Bill," in the chat.
Thanks, Dillard. Yeah, you know what? I'm just seeing the chat popping up on my iPad now. So thank you, Dillard. And thank you. Is it pronounced Ginge? Is it Gingerton? Because that's a cool ass name. I love that name. But thank you for the birthday, definitely. And thank you, Mrs. Dillard. Yeah, Mrs. Dillard Ross.
Ginge is a regular chat chat attender, and I think Ginge is a man and he's a redhead, so it's like a ginger. So his name is like Gingerton, and he's actually doing comics as well. He's got a company called Patchwork.
Awesome.
Yeah, so you can go to Patchwork Comics and look at their offerings. But somebody in the chat, I had a show with Dillard today for like an hour or so, and someone in the chat said, do you have the rights to Yawn? And I said, well, Bill is the guy that drew that, because I think he's all excited about a Yawn comeback. I said, you'll have to talk to Bill, but this is the Yawn 1992 book we did. And in those days, you were really an airbrush aficionado, right?
Well, this is before Photoshop and before we had computers that we could afford. But this is before we had a computer that could actually even handle Photoshop. Because back then, like playing Doom on a computer would just burn the computer to the ground because it was just so memory intensive with its little 8-bit, So painting it by hand and airbrushing was the only way I could go. Plus, that's what I was doing before. I was airbrushing artwork and airbrushing T-shirts and drawing caricatures at theme parks and doing all that good stuff. So that's kind of like my bit of background after I got out of community college with my little degree for art. And then when we moved out to San Diego, I just since I moved away from home, my dad had gotten transferred. My dad was in the Navy. He's a retired naval officer. So we got transferred to San Diego, and I sort of just made the decision. It's like, well, since I'm living out here now, like San Diego is like, you're either going to become an actor or an artist or something. This is the place to try and make it happen. And I didn't have any friends, and everybody was, I left the place where I grew up. So I just decided that whatever job I got, it was going to be art related somehow. Like that was my only prerequisite. Like I wasn't going to take a day job that was not art related. So I had lots of day jobs, lots of 9-to-5 jobs, but they were somehow related to art. Like I worked at an animation studio for a while. We were working on the Saturday morning version of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that on Saturday morning, but I drew Mamato, and that tomato drove me insane. So worked on that for TV for a while. I worked at SeaWorld for a few years. I worked at San Diego Zoo for a few years drawing caricatures. I freelanced, I painted. I used to go to comic book conventions, not to sell comic books, but to sell my paintings. So Eclipse's X-Farce was really my first official gig as actually doing sequential art, actually doing a comic book. So that was the beginning of, and that was my first love. That's what I always wanted to do. So that worked out well.
Yes, it did. I remember first seeing your artwork, and it kind of had a McFarlane vibe to it. Who would you say were like your major?
He was a huge influence. Yeah. Well, McFarlane was a huge influence. A lot of things that influenced me weren't necessarily like my go-to guys for years were like the Image guys. You have Jim Lee, you have Todd McFarlane. J. Scott Campbell's always been a big influence. I would say Arthur Adams is one of the biggest influences, especially like his technique and his style, his hatching style. But a lot of the things that influenced me before that was really like episodes of Voltron, and Crack Magazine. John Severin was really the guy that got me when I was younger into drawing sequential anything. Like I really wanted to draw sequential art because he was doing all of his parodies for Crack Magazine. That was my thing. Yeah. I know, right? It's like full circle. You got.
Yeah, the audience probably they might know, but Cracked was my first paying gig back in 1983. So I was a big Cracked magazine fan. Bill, I wanted to say we're kind of focused on your art table there. Are those cards that are the colored DC cards? Are those are original art cards, right? That you hand drew and colored?
Oh yeah, no, that's original art. Yeah, exactly. What happens is there's a lot of sets that they'll come out with that these are actual original art on actual trading cards. So you're actually drawing them to the size of the trading card. After I draw whatever the set requires me to draw for them, what happens is they kick back like right now. These are 5 AP cards. They're called artist proof cards or artist exclusive cards, and they give those to us so that we can sell them on our own. So that's like a reward for being part of the set, other than being paid, of course, for being on the set. So these are cards that you can't get in the packs. You can only get them from the artists.
Wow. So folks, for $10, which is, I think, is a steal, you're getting a completely colored card of, famous DC characters like you say Penguin and Poison Ivy, Huntress, Batgirl at the top. Okay. So yeah, guys. So basically it's $10 for any of the cards that you like. Plus,
usually it shows. I mean, these cards usually go for 40 and 60, depending on the set. I did a set of Rick and Morty cards that those we sold for $150 a piece. It just depends on the set. It depends on what it is, but they usually go for a bit more. So I think $10 is a good way for, hey, it's my birthday, but you'll get the gifts.
That's right. So thank you, Bill, for doing this. I hope, like I said, anybody in the chat. Hi, Cross Comics. How you doing, buddy? Anybody in the chat, if you didn't listen earlier, we're having kind of a live auction as our show goes on. So if any card that you like that you see on the screen, it's just a $10 opening bid. And at the end of the night, if you're the high bidder, you'll basically communicate with Bill directly to pay him. He's asking $10 per card plus $5 shipping and handling per order. And then we've got the beautiful She pen and ink drawing that he did. And let me show you that. I won't make you move the cards, Bill. I have it on my screen here. So all
right, cool.
This is 11 by 17 artwork that Bill drew for we were trying to impress Billy Tucci and to try to have him let us use his character, and I think it worked. So we're gonna make an announcement.
He actually approved us live on the stream that you were on when we showed it to him. Remember?
Yeah, that's true. That's right. That's awesome.
Yeah. So that was really fun when he did that. So I thought that was really cool that he gave us a stamp of approval on being able to do the thing that we can't talk about just yet.
Yes, I have a special treat for our audience, Bill, and I'm gonna. It might be a little. Actually, I don't think you're gonna be embarrassed because you actually had hair back in the day. But I have a video that Billy Tucci shared this on a stream a couple months ago, and I found it on YouTube. So I'm going to share
the newscast. Oh no!
This is from the glory days of Entity Comics, and when the bad girl craze kind of hit the 90s. So let me see if I can find that. I'm going to share a YouTube video. And okay, here we go, guys. You're going to love the hairstyles and the fashion. All right.
I was a different man.
Here we go, guys. Enjoy.
From KNSD, Denise Yamada, Roland Smith, and Joe Lazaro Weather, KNSD First News at 4.
Hello, everyone. I'm Margaret Radford, in for Denise Yamada. Move over Superman. It no longer takes a male superhero to knock down the enemy. We visited the San Diego Comic Convention today and found that more and more comic heroes have brawn, brains, and breath. The comic convention always draws a crowd. People can't wait to get their hands on Superman, Spider-Man, and She. She? Her name means death in Japanese, and she's hot.
but she's not a bimbo. She has intelligence. She has depth. She does not have the balloon boobs and the overly curvaceous body. She's realistic.
Some people might dispute that, but the fact is, readers love her. And a growing number of fit and mighty don't mess with me powerhouses.
Oh yeah, I like tougher women, you know. I'm not explaining, like more independent type women.
The independence of them, that because they don't need a man to bring them through everything. So.
Lady Death certainly doesn't need a man to help her solve problems. In one obvious way, she stands out from the others.
Yeah, very well endowed. Very much so. We hear everything from does Lady Death's back hurt, and all sorts of other rude things. But once they read the story, they realize that she's very cool and she's more than a breast or two breasts or just one big huge one.
The stories are very well written and they give them a brain and things that weren't there 20 years ago. But they still the sex is there because sex sells.
But their creators, nearly all men, deny practicing a sex sells strategy.
She does show skin, but I think tastefully. I mean, I'm going to keep the comic book tasteful.
Personally, and that there's nothing more beautiful in the whole world than the female form.
Wonder Woman has kept her form for some 50-some years, but some things never change. Teen boys are the primary readers of comic books, and many don't really like girls.
I think that there is a little bit more acceptance for female heroes than there was, but still it's not an equivalent balance. I think it's reflective of our readership and sometimes of our creative pool, still being primarily male.
Then again, Superman never had a swimsuit issue, and Lady Death does. The San Diego Comic Convention runs through Sunday at the San Diego Convention Center.
So many puns.
Oh man, those were the
Like fill in the
days.
blank.
That's hilarious. Okay, hang on.
I'm
let me,
not gonna respect her until she learns how to blink when she's looking at the monitor.
I gotta pause it here. Okay, hang on, guys. Thanks for bearing with us. Yeah, guys. So that was like, what year was that? Bill? Like 94? You think?
That was probably 93. 93,
Yeah.
94. It's got to be right in there. Right in the middle there.
Tucci said.
Bullet says breast in class.
Tucci said one time at a con, she was so big and the lines were so big that they had to put him next to William Shatner because he had that big of a line. That's too funny. Hey, we got Hyper Potato said, I just backed Nira X as my birthday gift to Bill. Aw, isn't that nice?
Hyper Potato, thank you so much. I appreciate that. You are Nira approved.
Marsupial Gamer, she is pretty big, all right. Yep, she is big. So, gosh, those were the days, man. We were just like, we would set up at these cons and it'd just be like foot traffic all day long and signing autographs and schmoozing.
Oh, like you said, it was a heyday. It was so great. Yeah. And those days are coming back. I mean, we'll get rid of the COVID thing and figure things out. Give it another year or two. We'll be doing this for a minute and learning how to keep in touch with each other and doing all of our live streams and stuff. But once we start doing shows again, this will be an added thing that we continue doing to stay in touch with everybody, to stay connected to everybody in between shows. So, I look for the silver lining in things as much as I can,
It probably really hasn't changed your work schedule that much. I mean, you just basically stay inside and draw all day, right?
Like the hermit that I am.
You just
I do have surprise to show you.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I'll take these cards down for a moment.
Okay, I'm gonna
show you something you have. I'm gonna show you something that you haven't seen in quite a long time. There we go.
Oh my, ladies and gentlemen, this is
the original artwork. Let me see if I can fit most of it in here. The way I've got my camera set up on my table, it's I can't move it back any further. So
I love
just
that.
kind of pan it around so you can see. but this is the Death of Stupid Man cover art. And it's more like a 14 by 18. It's larger than the normal 11 by 17, and it's all airbrushed, hand painted artwork.
Wow, the colors are still so vibrant after.
Yeah, I couldn't part with it. Yeah, they're still great. They're still good to go. It's like I didn't want to. We couldn't part with it, so it stays in the studio. It's probably going to end up in the frame.
Oh yeah,
next to some of our other stuff. But there's a lot of good memories are tied up in that whole era where we came out with all these books. So this might be one that I have.
A lot of vintage.
The fact that he's in a phone booth just makes me so happy that I got him in a phone booth.
No, that piece is just that makes me just all warm and fuzzy inside. I actually used that cover graphic on the campaign on the Parody Press Vault Pack. So if you folks out there in the audience are hankering for a taste of what Bill and I did in the 90s, I'm offering an assortment of at least five Parody Press original books that we did, including this one. I have a few copies of this one still left. So if you wanted to buy that, you can get that. I usually throw in a few bonus issues, like maybe Entity comic books that we worked on, perhaps some extra, Parody Press books. But it's a fun deal. We've sold 4 of those vault packs. And, one thing I noticed, Bill, was that on Mile High Comics, I went to their site because I just was curious on how much our books are going for. And let me pull up the stream here. I'm going to go back to our view together. So let me share with you guys this little update page. Okay, so this is the campaign, and I had it. If you guys are following our campaign, you know that I update a lot. So 3 days ago, I put back in 1992, X-Farce sold for $2.50. The comic book that I was holding up to you folks, and I went to Mile High Comics website online to find out how much they would sell for now. And I know it's kind of small, but right here it says near mint copy is $98. So that's almost like 40 times more than what it sold for back in 1992. And you can get ones in lesser condition. You could probably get it for less on eBay, but just the fact that Mile High has this book for almost $100, that's a pretty big increase, wouldn't you say?
Quiet just for a second. Yeah, I just headphones again because the batteries in my AirPods go dead on me.
It's okay.
So I'm back in my other.
We just don't want you to. You sound like you're drowning, so we didn't know if we needed to send you like a one of those lifeguard rings. It's okay.
Oh my goodness. I will continue to improve as go.
It's okay, buddy. It's all good. Let's see here. Yeah, folks. So just from an investment standpoint, you never know. I mean, if someone invested in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they would have probably a $5,000 book right now. So X-Farce, our new project, I'd be surprised if we print like 500 of them. So the print run is going to be substantially lower on this book. So full color book, guys, $25. Actually on sale tonight for $19 because it's Bill's birthday. So, please act now if you want to get it. We only have like less than a week. Bill is showing you she's legs.
Yeah, I'm putting the camera back in the little.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. So, as I said earlier, folks, anybody that wants to bid on She, the bidding starts at $80. Probably end this stream in about 10 minutes. So, anything that you saw trading card wise from Bill, you can put it in the chat, and then I can give you his PayPal info, and you can send him the money, and he'll mail it out to you. And he promises not to cough his COVID cough on it. Right, Bill?
There's no code. We're COVID free here. We just had a flu. We just had.
Okay.
we got tested. So
that's good. Oh yeah, Bill. We wanted to kind of show. We went over your Nira X campaign, but there was another project that is near and dear to us that I saw our good friend Steve Stern post. Actually, you probably did the graphic, right, for this, and then Steve posted it.
Yeah, I did the graphic for it. Yep.
Okay.
So that is something that we are planning on for sometime, probably late summer. I'm assuming it'll be sometime in middle or maybe late July. But yeah, Steve and I are together again for some more Zen Intergalactic Ninja, which is something I wanted to do quite a while now, since Zen, we have just history with Zen. Of course, I've been working with Steve for years, so
Paul,
it's
I'm sorry to interrupt, but the mic is cutting out big time on your end. It was better before. I don't know if there was some tweaking that you did, but it's cutting out a lot.
I think it was just the batteries on my other word heads. These headphones kind of suck. So I'm gonna at least charge for like 5 minutes.
That's okay.
For a minute, I'll up the other one back.
We're cool. We're good. So, folks, long story short, Zen Intergalactic Ninja, which is a book that Bill and I did with Steve Stern back in the 90s. It's coming back. It's with First Comics now. And according to what I think Bill said, it looks like it will start crowdfunding sometime later this year. I'm not sure what the release date is on it, but
I'm back.
Do you know if they're doing?
They charge it pretty fast.
Okay. Do you know if they're doing signups for the Zen book yet, or is it still?
No, we're not. No, we're not doing signups or anything for this particular campaign just yet. We just like literally we just announced that we were even doing it at all. So, and I haven't I just received Steve's script for the book, and I haven't even read it yet. That's how new this news is. So
okay.
We just have he gave me like the general lowdown for it, which can't talk about just yet. But as far as starting to get artwork down and starting to put together some promos and things like that, we're just the whole idea of Steve and I doing some Zen together was actually the announcement, because it's been a long time since we've done some new Zen, and the continuity that they have for the way Zen is at First Comics is it's a bit different than classic Zen, which is actually something that we're also going to be doing. Just like there's a million different versions of Batman. There's a version for kids. There's a version that he's like this and like that. Zen is the same way. He's one of those eternal kind of characters where there's going to be different versions of him. There's going to be different, either a different reality or a different take or a different, so the version from First Comics, he's actually evolved and morphed to have like a nose and a mouth. He's got 5 fingers on his hands. He's a slightly different guy. And that's something that they wanted to do. I think some of the reason for that was because of all of the interest surrounding Zen as far as feature film possibilities and talking about live action and actors and how they're going to portray him and that sort of thing. So First Comics does have a unique take on how Zen is presented, but still, still same types of adventures, the same types of action. So this is what we're putting together for the summertime. And that's about as much as I can say about it right now. I really can't say anything else that I know about it other than just what you see on the promo. So,
okay. Is it, it probably is going to be a full color book or black and white?
It'll be a full color book. It's going to be a completely digitally drawn book. Like the image of Zen that I have on there is he's all digitally drawn. So there's not going to be any paper artwork related to this particular book. So there's lots of projects in the last 10 years or so. There's, depending on who the publisher is or what the project is, I've been drawing a lot of completely digital projects. So that makes, when you do have original artwork on paper, it makes it that much more of a find, just because so much artwork nowadays is going completely digital.
Cool, man. Well, I'm so happy to see you and Steve reunited. When was the last book that you guys collaborated on?
We did and it was, I think the miniseries was just Zen Intergalactic Ninja, but it was a 4 or 5 issue miniseries, and I think we worked on that. God, it has to be like maybe 10 years ago now, 10 or 12 years ago. Gosh, it's going to take me a second. Yeah, I have to find the back issues just to be sure.
Was that the one with by Devil's Due, or was that a different series?
Well, I believe Devil's Due was the co-publisher on those. Devil's Due and First Comics were doing some projects together or partnering together in order to get them published. I remember there were some titles that were crossing over between Devil's Due and First Comics. But me just coming in as a freelance artist, I didn't really know the ins and outs of how the business was being run or anything like that. I was just happy to be working with Steve again.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that are happening now that is really exciting to me, which is reuniting with you to do Parody Press, which is like amazing. I think that's great. I think this is an area of life that I truly feel like you belong in. Like this is one of your natural habitats. You need to be here. So I'm super happy to be reunited with you. And then at the same time, like on the other end of things, I was just like, wow, this is cool. So I'm reuniting with Don to do Parody Press work. And then I'm also reuniting with Steve to do, Zen, and some action adventure sci-fi stuff. And then at the same time, I'm doing things on my own over here with Nira X. And, there's a lot of fronts. There's a lot of people that are together again. There's a lot of new connections that we're making. There's a lot of connections that I wouldn't have made any other way if it wasn't because we were doing everything through the internet right now and the way that things are going. So again, I look for silver linings. There's a lot of people that I've met through the internet and through friends and through the way that we're doing things right now, as opposed to meeting people at shows and actually traveling to different cities. Like it's a different dynamic.
Yeah.
And it's kind of mixed people up in a different way, which is awesome. It's just like, and then I think this is one of the things that I hope that we keep forever, is the fact that we have several different ways of interacting and keeping in touch with fans directly, as opposed to sort of being behind a wall or a bubble, behind a company name or behind, it's like we're actually talking directly to people that buy our stuff, that buy our stories and buy our artwork. And I think that's fantastic, because that's, as a fan of other people myself, I love having the connection. So that's something that I hope that we always keep and maintain. I think that's something great that's coming out of a bad situation.
That's true, bro.
So yeah, I like looking at the bright side of things. So
we got a couple of people in the chat that SDA said happy birthday, Bill, and then a lot of people's, they're reminiscing about.
Thank you.
And then someone asked, is this only going to be on Kickstarter, or do you know if it might be on Indiegogo as well?
Zen is actually going to be. Let me see. Nope, he did not mention Indiegogo in my notes. So I think it's just going to be a Kickstarter. Where like for a lot of these projects, like for instance with this particular Kickstarter, this will be Zen's very first crowdfunding effort. So it's just going to be on Kickstarter. We're going to see how that goes for him, which I think it'll be great. I think it'll be totally fine. But Indiegogo is always going to be an option. I know I see how we have some friends that are doing great on Indiegogo, and a lot of people that collect comics are very accustomed right now, and they enjoy going to Indiegogo. So you know, it's definitely an option. Right now, what he's doing though is just for Kickstarter at the moment. So we're learning all the tricks as we go along.
Awesome. So let's see, Bill, that's coming out summer 2021. So are you doing all the artwork on that, or you have somebody else that you can't say is working on it, or?
Oh, no, I'll be doing everything on that one. In fact, for the sake of people, because a lot of people are interested in what kind of tools you use and what kind of programs you use to do things. So the Zen book is going to be drawn and colored completely in on my iPad,
Wow.
and using a program called Procreate. A lot of artists are swearing by Procreate. That's the one that, Procreate is fantastic. It's the one I've tried everything. Procreate is the one that is the most intuitive for me. It works the way that my brain works. I still got to use Photoshop, and I still got to use things on my big computer for lettering and color correcting and doing, the page setup and stuff like that. But as far as all the actual inking, drawing, coloring, that's all going to be done on digitally on my iPad on Procreate. That'll be a lot of fun.
Awesome. Hey, Bill. Well, I know it's past midnight in your neck of the woods, but I also know you're a night owl. I don't want to keep you too. What'd you do for your birthday, by the way? I'm sure people want to know. What does a famous comic book artist do for his birthday?
Well, today I spent the first little part of my day I spent kind of scrolling through my phone, and people are super nice, like dropping happy birthdays and stuff on my Facebook, and so that's a nice pick me up in the first part of the day. And so I was doing that for a few minutes. Most of the day I've been spending inking Nira X Nira X Zombies versus Cheerleaders #1. That's what I spent the good portion of the day working on. We're supposed to try to hit the printer on Thursday. Is the day that I'm hoping I can upload everything and have everything all done. That was our previous Kickstarter with Fifinity Studios, with Fifinity Productions. We've been working with the publisher at Fifinity. His name is Steve Frank. Super cool guy. Love him to death. We've actually been working with each other for quite a few years now. So this was like our crossover event. It was one of the first Kickstarter campaigns that Fifinity has run too. It might have been the second or maybe third campaign. So that'll be nice to have that completely finished. I splurged later in the day by getting some Taco Bell. just so you know, I'm eating healthy.
Oh no.
Hit the old drive-through. Make sure. Yeah.
I can't eat that. I can't eat that.
My doctor said I had to cut down on the M&Ms and the Pepsi, so I had something more healthy. I had Taco Bell.
Oh gosh, that's like to run to the bathroom, not run to the border.
I don't know. For some reason, it settles in my stomach just right. I don't know what it is. It keeps me steady, so I think I'm doing okay. So now I'm set for the night. I'm basically spending the rest of this evening inking because I'm inking the last 3 pages, or last two or three pages of this Zombies versus Cheerleaders book. And Kat is coloring everything. She's doing all the colors, and she's catching up to me awfully fast. So I need to keep ahead of her.
That's cool. Kat is Bill's beautiful daughter, and she's also a very talented artist as well. You can actually see, I think, some of her artwork on both of these campaigns, right? The Zombies and the Nira X Reborn.
Oh yeah. She'll have she's on the Nira X Reborn. She's got a variant cover. She does a lot of the coloring inside of the books. And she just barely had a Kickstarter of her own that she did all on her own. It was an art book, which came out fantastic, and she's doing a great job. She's got jobs lined up for like most of the year already. She's got coloring gigs for other graphic novels and comic books, so
That's
she
great.
stays very, very busy.
Following in her papa's footsteps. So Bill, on the Nira X Zombies book, did you say that it's sold out online, but they can get it from you on your website once it's published because you'll have extra copies?
Okay, yeah. The deal with that book is the Kickstarter had already completed; it's already done. So there, you won't be able to go to the Kickstarter page and pledge or anything like that, because that campaign is over. It's actually about a month late coming out. So we were sick for about a month and a half. So luckily, everybody's being very nice and very patient with us to finish the book. But if somebody was not able to be part of the campaign or anything like that, and they still wanted to get a copy, when everybody receives their books from the Kickstarter, I will be receiving, and also Fifinity will also have their own stock of extra copies that you will be able to pick up a copy of it if you weren't able to during the campaign. So I'll post that on my Facebook, and I'll post that on my webpage.
Okay.
As soon as I actually have those copies from the printer, so that way I know how many I have on hand for anybody that would like to have one.
Sounds great. I think what I'd like to do is probably wrap this up in about 5 minutes. So is the trailer worth playing, Bill, for the Reborn? Should I?
Yeah, I think you'll like it. Yeah, okay. I think you'll dig it.
So we're going to play the Reborn trailer. It's not too late to back this. He just launched it. He's over $2,000, which is close to their $3,200 goal. So if you like what you saw and heard from Bill tonight, please get out there and go to Kickstarter and back this project. So I'm going to go ahead and play the trailer, and we'll see what it's the first time I've seen it as well. So here we go. That's pretty cool, Bill. Did you work on that trailer, or did they do that for you?
Oh no, I did the whole thing.
Really? Dang, you're good, dude.
Yeah, I know. I do. I'm not going to take too much credit. There's templates and things that you can use on your phone to kind of help things along. So
that was really good, man. I saw in the credits it said castings by Cheetos Delicious. I think you wrote that.
I think you'll enjoy the credits if you freeze on the credits. I think you'll like some of the names.
Oh man, you can't get away from your parody press roots, man.
No, man, that's my base DNA. What are you talking about? That's what everything I do is based on.
So, folks, I'm going to have one last call for. Oh, look at he's working. He's erasing.
Yeah, I got a little bit of pencil still left in her hair. I gotta clean that up a little bit.
SDA asked a question. I don't know what it means. It says, Bill, still in CV. Do you know what that means?
You might have been typing CA, California. No, I don't live in California anymore. I moved back to Virginia Beach, Virginia. I'm on the East Coast now, so unfortunately, I'm not in California anymore. I miss it to death. Our the other half of our family is out there, and I miss them a lot. And California, you can't beat it. 75 degrees year round. You're surrounded by everybody who wants to be an artist or a model or an actor. It's like that. I love that atmosphere. But yeah, we're not in the. So now I'm Virginia Beach, where there's no actors, no artists. There's a few people out here. You have to look.
I would trade you places for a while. I'm kind of tired of California and the politics here. So if you ever want a vacation home, and we can swap Virginia Beach and California. Because
we'll see. We'll see. I still have to visit you up in Northern California. I got spoiled with you actually moving out east with me. So
yeah, we have plenty of room for you and your family if you ever want to crash over here. So folks, you know how to get a hold of Bill for commissions. I posted his studio site. I'll go ahead and do that one more time. And then just one last call. I don't think I've had any chat offers for any of the cards or the she artwork. Actually, I did have a question that I should answer. If Hyper Potato is still in there. They asked, does the X-Farce campaign reprint the original comic, or is it new? So basically, X-Farce is 48 pages. 20 pages is the original X-Farce book that Bill did and I did for Eclipse back in the 90s, but we never did it in color. So you're going to get to see Bill's early career artwork with Bob Hannon, all digitally colored for the first time by Delphin Barrel, and he does a great job. We told him that we wanted it to kind of look like a 90s image book, with the cool disco colors and stuff. So I think you're gonna like that. And then Hyper Potato, the rest of the book, there's 10 pages, and the only other 10 pages that are previously released are from this book, which is the Unfunny Ex-Cons. And there's a 10-page story that I wrote with a guy named Mark Lewis, and it was inked and lettered by Kurt Hathaway. Very faithful to the Stan Lee, Jack Kirby style in the 60s. And so that's all been digitally colored by Delphin as well. And he makes it look like it's been sitting in your attic for like 60 years because it has the brown pages and, those old Marvel colors where you can kind of see the dot pattern and stuff in it. So 30 of the pages are previously released, but never in color. And then the other 18 pages are made up of 5 additional stories, which spoof everything from the New Mutants, which is the Newt Mutants. We have what if the ex-cons met the infringers in Antarctica. We have, what if other companies had mutants like Disney and Archie. So you basically get 48 pages of no ads, and that's the contents of the book. It's just wall-to-wall laughs, and you can kind of look at our campaign page and look at the updates. The updates has a lot of the artwork that's been done and turned in over the last couple of weeks. So yeah, it's not too late to back it. We're running a special tonight. I'll probably leave the birthday special up for Bill. So if you wanted to just pick up the one issue with Bill's cover, it's $6 off. So it's just $19 today. And I think I'm probably going to just play our trailer to end the show. And then if you guys have any further questions, you know how to reach us. I'm on Twitter and Facebook. We have a website, which is ParityPressComics.com. You know how to reach Bill. I think there's a couple more comments. Let's see. Bullet says, good stream, guys. Thanks. You're welcome, Bullet. Thank you guys for hanging in there. It's been almost an hour and 15 minutes. So, last but not least, last call for any of the artwork. If you want to bid on this she piece that Bill's been displaying all night, it's $80 plus shipping. And then any of the trading cards that he showed earlier is $10. And if you go to sleep and you wake up and you say, "Oh, I wish I would have bid," hit us up. You can email us. I think we'll still honor those prices for like another day. Maybe not. I don't know. It depends on, it's Bill's artwork. So what do you say, Bill? Is it going to
we'll honor those prices as long as you hit me up in the morning before I have my Lucky Charms.
There so there you go, folks. If you want to, I'm going to put Bill's info up here just in case you want to email him. So if you do decide that you want to buy any of the artwork that we featured tonight, just write to Bill at the very easy email, billmouseart@gmail.com. I did want to plug a couple things. I've got 2 shows tomorrow. It's going to be a busy stream day for me. At 7:30 in the morning, I'm going to be talking with an old Entity Comics veteran named Harold Buckles. And he's actually a Virginia Beach native as well. Bill and I both met him back in the 90s. And he did a book for Entity called Apathy Cat, kind of an all ages, funny animal comic book. And then Harold went on to bigger and better things. He went on to actually be, I think, vice president of Archie Comics for a while. And then he moved on. Believe it or not, he segued into writing and producing Mystery Science Theater 3000 for Netflix. So Harold's going to be my guest to kind of shoot the bull tomorrow morning at 7:30 Pacific time. And then at 7:30 in the evening Pacific time, I'm going to be having kind of a unique stream. I have a director of a kind of a cult short movie classic in my neck of the woods called Oric, California, USA. And it's just kind of a look at this kind of a, what's the word? There's really no other word other than hillbilly. It's a kind of a hillbilly town to the north of me where people just live in a completely different universe. And it's only 10 minutes long, but it is hilarious. If you go to YouTube and you type in Oric, O-R-I-C-K, California, USA, you could watch it and you'll actually get to meet the director, Jensen Roof. And I've been promoting this online locally, and I think it's going to be a pretty fun crowd. We're going to have a lot of people wanting to talk about this film. It's been around for like 10 years and it's got like 70,000 views. So it's kind of got this little cool vibe about it. But yeah, that's going to be what's happening on my neck of the woods. Bill, do you have any last words you want to say, my friend?
Yeah, I was hoping the batteries on my headphones would last, and they did. So I'm a happy camper.
Yeah, actually, the last since you plugged in your batteries and you were clear as a bell, so that must have been the key.
That's what you get when you buy $20 headphones. I switched back to my AirPods. That's why it sounds better. So,
okay.
So I'll stick with the better stuff.
All right. Well, we're gonna. I gotta sing "Happy Birthday" to you and everybody in the chat. You know we can't hear you, but we can. We know in heart you are going to be singing this with me. So let me end with the "Happy Birthday," and then I'll play our X-Farce trailer to send us out. And like I said, folks, it's we appreciate your support for backing our project and just hanging out with us tonight. So here we go.
Thanks, everybody.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Billy. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
I'll take all the good vibes I can get. Thanks, brother.
You're welcome. I'm a little raspy tonight. So, well, it says send good birthday vibes, fun stuff. Everybody, thank you guys so much, and God bless. Stay safe. I'm gonna play our X-Farce trailer, and we hope you enjoy it. And we'll see you. Hopefully, we'll see you tomorrow. Come join my stream, and we're going to be streaming a few more times with Bill before our campaign ends, which I think is going to be next Monday. So look for us again on the weekend, most likely, and we'll try to get some other X-Farce creators in the chat as well. So anyways, thanks again for hanging out, and I'm going to play our fun little video. Thanks, Bill. Have a great night, buddy.
Thanks.
Okay.
Talk to you again, my friend.
My name is Professor Baldy, and I run a school for juvenile delinquents. But not just any delinquents. Mine are specially gifted. You might even call them mutants. Trust a few reformed ex-cons. Tangerine.
Am I the apple of your eye, Bubba?
Jeannie Gray. Beastie Boy.
Everybody dance now.
Snow Cone.
Is it hot in here, or is it just me?
And their friends from X-Farce. Cable TV.
Eat remote control, frog face.
Garfarel. Meow. Dominoes.
This book has just the right amount of cheese.
And introducing the Newt Mutants. Beware the rest. Magneto. Mistress Piggy. And not at all breaking the fourth wall. Cesspool. Now, Heritage Press Comics is back with X-Farce Reloaded #1. Don't miss this extraordinary comics extravaganza with 7 full-color stories of marvelous mutant mayhem. Back this book today for awesome variant covers and original artwork tiers. 48 pages of action and hilarious hijinks by some of comics' funniest talents. Heritage Press, making the world laugh again. Only on Indiegogo.